Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Good evening to you all, our loving, our brave, and our committed people. It is now common knowledge that there will be no peaceful elections in Cameroon. It is now acceptable and common knowledge to the international community, to the people of Cameroon, that the presidential elections in Cameroon will not be peaceful. It is now a unanimous, a universal acceptable position that elections in Cameroon will be very chaotic. It will be filled with violence. And most importantly, it is now an acceptable position by everyone that the Biya's government, the CPDM political party that has been in place for the last 42 years, have mastered the art of electoral fraud, the art of electoral manipulation. They will do everything humanly possible to win the votes. It is now also a common position within the international community that there is no credible opposition in Cameroon. It is also an accepted position that based on the practices of the Biya's government, the opposition in Cameroon would not be able to work together and to overcome the obstacles that have been put in place for any slight chance of change in Cameroon. It is also very clear now that there will be no change whatsoever in Cameroon. And any form of change that will emerge will come as a result of those opposition parties will embrace the use of armed resistance to overcome the political manipulation and the fraud or the entrenchment of CPDM. The path to Ambazonian victory is very clear, it's very simple. We, the Ambazonian people, we have a window of opportunity to claim victory, to push Cameroon out of our territory. That path is very clear. Fellow Ambazonians, the international community and the people of Cameroon, they don't come to the conclusion and the consensus. See, elections will come up for La République du Cameroon next year, and it will be free, and it will be fair. Now they don't be like common knowledge for the international community. So the elections, so they will take place for La République du Cameroon for 2024 to 2025. They could be very violent. It could be chaotic. A lot of people, they could die. And also the international community, they don't come to the conclusion, say, no change in no go come for Cameroon because of elections. It don't also come to, the international community don't come to the consensus, say, the opposition parties for Cameroon, they be very weak. So you don't get any credible opposition for Cameroon where it go fit for withstand the manipulation, the fraudulent nature and the deceptive schemes them where the CPDM party, you don't put them in place for election fraud for Cameroon. So at this moment, the international community, what it expect now, because there is no credible opposition, the opposition enough come together and work together. At Tanganji Paul, he go do everything humanly possible for crush, for ban any opposition where they come for can work together. Any association, any collaboration of opposition parties at Tanganji Paul, they put it there for that place for a specific reason. Elections no go bring change for Cameroon. The CPDM party, it will declare itself victory. The opposition, they will cry. The opposition go talk say it be fraud, they be fake, election will not be credible. They go cry, but nothing else will happen. Cameroon, they don't get the experience of election fraud for more than 40 years. So the one way they come up, not be anything new. For the Ambazonian people then, the path to Ambazonian victory, it be very simple. The path to Ambazonian victory, it be very clear. The path to Ambazonian victory, it be very easy. The window of opportunity for Ambazonia, for we, for claim the victory, claim the freedom, and take over the territory. that window of opportunity is not over big. It's not the time, it's not over plenty for the Ambazonian people. The biggest mistake where we as a people go make am, now for live am, make this window of opportunity a pass. Cameroon election will come up next year. Now a pivot from the conflict. Now pay attention, very careful. Cameroon, their election for 2024. Now a pivot from the conflict. The Biya's government will declare this war. It don't lose the war. It don't lose legitimacy. It don't lose credibility. That Biya government, they not fit accept the shame, for accept the defeat, for accept that they don't lose legitimacy for Ambazonia. They want to use the election for deflect, for do what they call and say pivot, move away completely from the conflict without resolving the conflict, without getting into a negotiation, for push a different agenda after the elections. Now the trap this way the Ambazonian people will be inside, but now the window of opportunity this for Ambazonia victory. The Ambazonia Governing Council, it don't lay out a simple, a clear, and a precise plan. If the Ambazonian people, they act upon this plan within the next 1 year, before Cameroon election, Ambazonian people, they will not take over the territory and cut off the territory from Cameroon. What will be the plan with Dr. Cholukas Ayaba? He don't lay them down for the Ambazonian people. The plan, it consists and call on the Ambazonian people for put in place for fund 1,000 well-armed Ambazonia trained forces for Adam on top, the one they want they now, where they do the work. The takeover plan, the plan for completely win the war, achieve victory, secure the freedom, and take over the territory. It required the Ambazonian people then for armed 1,000 specialized, well-trained forces for the takeover plan. The leader, he gives you the formula through the liberation tax. The Ambazonia Governing Council, it don't always work based on a plan and for monitor the events for Cameroon. We calculate the liberation tax, conceive the liberation tax through what Supreme Commander make it rest in glory and in power, General Ephraim. And by the way, today, I want to join our forces. I want to join all Ambazonian forces for the territory. I want to join all the ADF generals and commanders and the fighters. Today, supposed to be the birthday of ADF Supreme General. Today, we supposed for to celebrate the Supreme for a behalf, for a spirit, for a contribution to which we call ourselves today, and for the place we don't come today. Today, we celebrate the Supreme in his absence. We celebrate his contributions, how far it take Ambazonia, the nationalism we give our people. The forces we build them for we. The institutions we build them for we. The big celebrations, Independence Day celebrations we give we. The army we build them for the people. The leadership we build them on the ground. The battles we fight them. The community schools we start them. The thousands of Ambazonian children where they go community schools today. The uniforms we buy for those picking them. The shoes we buy for those picking them. The books we buy for those picking them. The school bags we buy for lay the foundation of Ambazonia education. Today we honor and we celebrate the Supreme Commander. Happy birthday, General Big Number, and continue for rest in power. For the work with the Supreme don't do and for all we, for the victory we fight for all we, for the hard work we fight for all we, for how far it takes this liberation struggle, and the kind image, credibility, and respect we give for the Ambazonian people. The window of opportunity for secure and take that victory, it be very small. The window of opportunity for take over the territory, for secure the sovereignty, it be very small. La République du Cameroun, Mr. Paul Biya, shame the holy for accepting they don't lost the war. Because dictator, they fear shame. They shame for accept shame. They shame for accept defeat. That shame they hold them. Shame they hold them from coming to the negotiation table and continuing with the Canada talks. Because when they come for that Canada talks, they realize and say, we'll beat them, we'll defeat them, and for them, negotiation means they don't accept defeat. They don't accept who will be as Ambazonians, according to the Toronto Declaration for the Canada talks. For Mr. Biya, for not accept responsibility and for not accept failure, which they do now, they call them, say the one change direction. I mean, say the one pivot. The one make all man forget about the conflict completely. The one change the narrative. The one change the discussion. The one change which you go to talk am, me I go to talk am, all we go to talk am. Make a give now an example. The war way it go on between Israel and Hamas for inside Gaza. Wetin Israel, they don't do am. The entire world, it don't condemn wetin they don't do am in terms of their response to Hamas by killing more than 30-something thousand Palestinians and 60% of them women and children, and then they level down the entire northern Gaza, level down all the houses them, including churches and hospital. And just 2 days ago, they discovered 2 mass graves for one of the hospitals them way Israel level them down. Now, all over the world, they protest against Israel. For inside the United Nations, last 2 weeks, even the United States, it not be fit for support Israel for a certain resolution. And the United, for the Security Council, they leave and make the vote, it go through. Now, Netanyahu government, it face opposition from all over the world, and students them across the globe and the people them, they protest. Yesterday for the United States, 17 top universities, they be shut down and locked down because the students they protest, say me they grant Palestine their freedom. Netanyahu for accept this kind of shame. So he want to do something that they call and say pivot. He want to redirect the war. Last week, Israel launched a strike and destroy the Iranian embassy for Syria, for Damascus. For the first time, Iran do a direct retaliation and it strike 2 military bases for inside Israel. The fact say Israel, it want start now for trigger the war with Iran, now for run away from their failure for Gaza. The fact say they be go there, say they fit dismantle Hamas within a short period of time. Now 7 months. They don't insta-key 30-something thousand Palestinians, 60% of them, and force the population, make all them they become refugees so that they fit occupy not the northern part of Gaza. They don't fail. Now they are pivot. They be one redirect the attention of the international community from their failure. That's why they attack Iran, for change the direction of the conflict. Yesterday, I actually listened for an interview with a former British security chief, the former boss of MI16. Which he talk about what he explain them for una now. Say, is Netanyahu a failure for talk say if he take out Hamas within a limited time? It don't lead to a humanitarian catastrophe and to a genocide now, where the Netanyahu government not deal with them. So for them, they get for push that war aside and then change the course of action. Now that they move now towards Iran, and they move now towards northern Lebanon, that they call them pivot. For La République, Paul Biya enough he accept the defeat and the catastrophic humiliation for a war we declared for the Ambazonian people. They not accept the shame. They not accept say these people then when they talk say 2 small cubes of sugar and they would dissolve them in 2 weeks. 7 years later, all senators, all parliamentarians, most of the top CPDM officials don't run the territory. Cameroon, they don't lost the ability for exploit the resources of Ambazonia. CDC, it don't be shut down completely. They don't start for revival, but they require 300 billion CFA for do complete rehabilitation and bring CDC back to its feet. Sonara, with the ADF, it knock them down, it burn them down, it still they down. As a result, Cameroon now they import petrol for internal consumption. Sonara require 400 billion CFA for rebuild Sonara. The money no dey. Pamo, it require another 250 billion or more for fix Pamo, for bring Pamo back to its feet. Timber, they nothing move on. The Cameroon presidential elections, where they want force themselves, make it take place for Ambazonia, now a pivot. They try to run away from the defeat and change the conversation and change the international narrative and discussion. We, as a people, we get a responsibility. If we live in Cameroon, whether they use fraud, whether they use manipulation, whether they come to the territory under the cover of darkness, anyhow we live in. If we live in Cameroon election, it take place with the Ambazonia territory, we go lose critical component of the credibility of our resistance and our quest for freedom. That's why the leader will be very wise. Yes, for last night, I be the study, I might come across a quote. The talk say, a people where they listen to sound advice from wise men, they go save themselves decades of pain. Like Chinese proverb. It's been a part of what you be the learner in terms of mentorship. The importance of a mentor. A wise man, he advice will save you decades of pain. Dr. Cho, 30 years of experience. Not been as until we go buy for streets. Those 30 years of experience, they give you an opportunity because you don't take the time for study the actors in Cameroon. You don't take the time for study their psychology and read all the constitutions and how Cameroon they play both in the international community and domestically, and how they need to take no prisoners. And the same thing for politics. Whether you like them or you don't like them, Joe Biden, I know they support the policies, I just tell you how it will happen. Whether you like them or you don't like them. Now those experiences, we don't act as a long senator for understand how the Senate work, how the Congress work, how the two-party system they function. Now all those things they help you, including the help of Mr. Obama, a former boss, he helped you become the president of the United States. Experience matter for life. Experience matter for life. It matter immensely. When something happen, the first thing that they do, they go consult on people where they get experience. Any smart people for this world, whether not for run a company, whether not for run a country, whether not for a council or a community organization, they always find that people where they get the knowledge, people where they get the acquired practical experience, people where they don't go through those processes in different shapes and form, that they take that their experiences for can give them a position, give them responsibility for build something better during conflicts and during periods of stress. That they go find out people the way they don't handle such responsibilities, they don't deal with such situations, they bring them during that time for lead. During conflict, a leader with experience, now the most important thing with a people they get at. For golf, in the present day golf, no person he get more experience and more wins today than Tiger Woods. So anything we need for do with international golf, there is no better consultant than Tiger Woods. For basketball, one of the greatest legends for basketball today, where it still be, now Michael Jordan. No big thing will happen in terms of basketball, whether the one change the rules or the one modify the game or the one do some other things, where they not go for those legends, where they get decades of experience, for go consult them. They go take people them like Jordan for consult them before any decision it be made. Now the same for leadership. Now the same for military. Now the same for corporate governance. The person where he lead Apple and he rebuild Apple, he named as Steve Jobs. He found Apple with a friend for a garage, with a friend Steve Wozniak. They found Apple, they built Apple, and then they kick it out of Apple. Luckily for you, when he leave Apple, after the board of directors, they kick it out of your own company. Apple start for go down. Why Apple go down? Apple be the go down because the new people that they bring them for Apple, they not be get the hunger for build the kind company, and they not be part of the vision where it drive the innovation, it drive the hunger, it drive the creativity and the purpose for build that kind of company. When they move Steve Jobs for his own company where he create them, he come out, he go start to build the next company where they call them Pixar. When he don't go build Pixar for about 10, 15 years, and Apple don't go down since he come out, they not be create any product will be accepted by the marketplace. Apple realize and say, the company where Steve Jobs the builder, Apple need the things and where that company did do on. And for them for take which that company did do on, for bring and for can use them for Apple, they get for bring Apple back, they get for bring Steve Jobs back as the CEO of Apple. What happened with Apple? It come back, it can launch a magnificent vision, and it give we today, it bless the world with which they call and say iPhone. First, it give we with which it bless the world with which they call and say iPod. Then they transform the iPod into an iPhone. Today, the Apple company are the most successful company for the history of the globe. Like company where it only reach $1 trillion in market capitalization. Apple don't come out. Which it drive that growth, that innovation, the spirit of Steve Jobs. It create a culture of innovation, a culture of high quality products, a culture of transformation, and a culture for create high value product, and it create a culture of high performance. Even after I don't die, the legacy of Apple, they continue for be unbeatable. And they bring on all these examples, experience, you know, if you buy them. Even me, what I talk so for you today. Now more than 15 years as a corporate strategy. Now more than 15 years as a strategic interventionist. Now more than 15 years as a neuro-linguistic expert. As a peak performance coach. Now all those experiences, that knowledge, that background, it helped me for help the leader, for help our people there, for provide this kind of quality of leadership and mobilization and optimism. If I not get that background, I for do na gutter talk. You know if you buy experience, not take the experience of the leader for granted. There is no living Ambazonia today where he get the tenacity for fight Cameroon like this man. Because if the person be there, if you don't see him, he don't build with the organization. He don't give with the roadmap. He don't launch the Ambazonia Governing Council. He don't conceive a brilliant idea for do the things that will not be fit for doing before. Mobilization, resource mobilization through the liberation tax. The path to your victory, the path to your freedom, it be very clear, it be very simple, and it be very straight. We get the possibility for mobilize money where we fit armed 1,000 well-trained specialized forces. Now the thing that be missing, now the thing that be lacking, not be because we lack the capacity for fight. Not be because we not fit do one. Resources that will be missing. So that's why the liberation will be very slow. For speed up things, for change, for move things forward, for give the Ambazonia people what they need them forward for the quickest possible time. You and I, all we, these next 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, we must act quickly. We must act fast. We must mobilize the resources. We must raise the money through the liberation tax, collective mobilization through the liberation tax for free white people then. Every day, I receive more than 100 calls. I interact with more than 100 people across the Ambazonian territory. I understand which are people that they go through. The leader understands which are people that they go through. The vice president and the leadership of AGOVC, both on the defense side and for all the departments, we understand which are people that they go through. As nationalists, we will not take the responsibility for complete freedom and independence. We want to make our people to be free quickly. We want to make the pain and the suffering of our picking them, our mommy them, our papa them, make it come to an end. We want to make our people to live a good life. We want to make our people to taste a good life. Be possible. But we must show a level of caring for our people then. Leadership has the capacity to care deeply. Leadership has the capacity to show compassion. Not being a compassion by words. That compassion by ending the thing with the cause the people their pain, their suffering, their poverty, and their death. Now what will make you a leader that? A leader and a man and a woman and a people where they don't step up for said, I will stop the pain that my people are going through. I will stop this pain my people they go through. I will stop this suffer with our people that they suffer. You get a calling, you get a mission, you get a purpose for do something will be way beyond yourself. For do something so selflessly. For do something for the greater good. We must act for the greater good of the Ambazonian people then. We must act for the greater good of our picking them. We must act for the greater good of our papa and our mommy them. We must act for the greater good, for the dignity of our people then. The city of Bamenda alone, if it liberate the entire Ambazonia territory, if all the businesses for Bamenda alone and the multinational companies, they pay their liberation tax, the Ambazonia Governing Council, if it put 1,000 well-armed men on the ground. K-Town, if all the businesses for Kumba and the multinational companies where they operate for Kumba, if the people of Kumba, the men and women of Kumba, the bravest Ambazonia for the Atlantic states, they collectively pay their liberation tax, and all the businesses they pay the liberation tax. We put 250 well-armed forces across the territory, just from Kumba alone. Now, take the population of Mamfe, take the all Ambazonians for all the 13 states. But it requires a hunger for freedom. It requires a hunger for be free. It requires a thirst. So you want that freedom quickly, now, right now. So you want that freedom tomorrow, and that tomorrow now. It requires you for be hungry. So you want that now. Then you start the mobilization effort. You start to mobilize yourself, you mobilize your family, you pay for yourself, you pay for your family, and you start to mobilize neighbors then. Then we start to create this ripple effect, this positive vibration and momentum. People start to see things they change on the ground. Like over the last few months, when I see the kind actions we forces that they carry on, you see the number of IEDs and the number of armor cars with Ambazonia forces that they destroy across the territory, it don't increase. So you see this increase in armament. You see this increase in action. You see this increase in offensive actions. You see now forces that they carry a machine gun, that they go near La Republique. Their armor car, you see that they knock and you see. So there is an increase in the momentum. But you need to be part of the hunger, the drive for make sure so our people they be free. Because the window of opportunity is not over plenty. Not living. Make La Republique it change the direction, it change the narrative, and it pivot. Not living. Because I wait till they try to do on that. We get a responsibility for secure the victory. When they change the narrative, when they pivot, it will be very difficult for recalibrate. We must act fast. We must act fast. Few rules where the Ambazonia Governing Council don't liberation laws where they don't pass out. La République du Cameroon colonial elections for the Ambazonia territory, they don't be banned. So any activity associated to colonial elections, elections of occupation, they be illegal and they don't be banned. Number one, any person, any Ambazonian, or any citizen of La République who is there for the Ambazonia territory, you take your house, you rent them for a lekam, you don't be in a declaration of war on the Ambazonian people then, that house now will be in a battleground. It could be in a target of an occupation military outpost. Number two, any person, whether you be an Ambazonian, with the hungry money, with the langa money, you be a member of the CPDM fascist occupation colonial genocidal regime, and you step your foot inside Ambazonia in the name of election, we go consider them as an act of declaration of war. Where forces, we the Ambazonian people go fight you as we fight the bees. Any person where it go around from Ambazonian neighborhoods, quarter, for sensitize people them about La République du Cameroon, their colonial elections, their occupation elections, their elections of genocide, make you know say it could be now a declaration of war, and therefore the forces they will see you as person where it come now for fight war, and they will treat you as such. Now the message is not leave any person use una compound, una property for do a lekam for Ambazonia. That house go down. Any person when they catch you for Ambazonia, you did do elections on behalf for occupy Ambazonia, for promote colonialism. You did do so at your own risk. Go do one for the territory of Cameroon, not for Ambazonia. You do one, you don't sign your own death sentence by yourself. We're there now for educate, and we're there now for warn people in advance of the consequences for associating with the occupier. We don't send out a message today where they go plan for ACN many times for una. There is a former Ambazonian fighter, where they call it T. Sarkozy. If you don't leave fight, now one of those people then, where they use them for go join the DDR. If he come inside Bamenda, if the worker was on 2 girls then. If the worker was on 2 girls then. And the information we don't put them out, they go recirculate them for all una. They go play them over and over and over and over for all una. Any person with the worker with T. Sarkozy, a member of the DDR, where the worker for that side, it go for the bar where they call them worldwide, and it also go for the bar where they call and say bottle dance. Make una understand. You go near ye, you consider yourself. Now you don't put yourself in danger. And those 2 Ambazonian girls them, where they work out T. Sarkozy and they act as spies, make any person with worker near them consider yourself at risk. Those 2 girls, they be wanted. We already put out the information for all one. Tomorrow, the Ambazonia Governing Council, they do this end of month fundraiser for raise money for stop, for disrupt, for stop, and for bury 20th May permanently. So now 2 events, the day ahead of the Ambazonian people them now. 2 tests, where the day ahead of we. Test number 1. Now 2 tests the day ahead of we. Test number 1, 20th May, the colonial day of fraud, what they call and say the day of reunification. Okay? So that day, the Ambazonian people, they must demonstrate to the international community and to Cameroon. So there is no such day as a day of reunification. No day, where people not be ever come together. Okay? Second, it could be in the colonial election. So we start with number 1. Number 1, we must disrupt, we must stop, and we must bury 20th May. So the fundraiser will come up tomorrow, when on Saturday, number 27th day for April. That fundraiser now for raise enough money for put all the necessary defense operations activities on the ground. Now for make the ground so hot, any place on the territory must go now boom. Any place for the territory for 20th May, from the 19th to the 20th, it must be now shaking. Ambazonia will be like an earthquake against Cameroon. Now the first thing that we must demonstrate, we must demonstrate seriousness. We must demonstrate the end to the deception and manipulation, what they call and say 20th May. We must bury 20th May. No place for Ambazonia, any person will go outside for talk say one go celebrate 20th May. Now you don't cause your own death. Now you don't go out now for on a suicide mission. We warn you now in advance. When I see what happen from Campbell for February, not be a victim of Cameroon. Papa and mommy them would warn you now in advance. Not leave and make your pikin a camp house as a dead body. Not leave and make a call you, say bomb don't happen, your pikin don't die. Because now you send the pikin make it go die. Now you send the pikin make it go die. If you take 1,000, you leave and make your pikin go march. You don't sell your pikin for 1,000. Now you don't sell it for 1,000. You be a slave trader where you straight your pikin make it go die. Your pikin be worth more than 1,000. Your pikin be worth more than 1,000. Your pikin be worth more than 5,000. Your pikin be worth more than 10,000. Not sell your pikin for Cameroon. Biya dey for Yaoundé no care about now. So no go sell your pikin because you want please Lele l'Afrique. Because you want please the Mundis. Because you want please the general for the B. You want please the general for the army. Where they make their money, not sell your pikin. Any Ambazonian teacher, La Republic will tell you, say, if you no go match that day, you go lose your job. You go match, you want lose your life, or now you, if you choose for lose your life, that one is your choice. Because that day, even Lele l'Afrique no go come off outside. Wetin go happen for the territory, it go bad. Make all man stay for house. 20th May, it be less than a month from now. We start for one gonna now. So tomorrow, you as a person where you want to show seriousness, because the world will watch. The world will measure how the ground will be between now and Cameroon the election. That's why Cameroon want to make certain things to take place for start for change the story. You want to show seriousness. You want to show say the ground is hot. So now you be in charge. Now you be in control. That's why we must all come together. Whether you want to donate na 5,000, ya 10,000, ya 20,000, ya $300 or $500 or $1,000. One carton for that thing will make boom. Na 250,000 for one carton. And one carton will create a lot of those things. One carton at 250,000. And if we use a lot of those for across the territory, for tell La Republic who they be in charge. Now two sides they did to this conflict. Cameroon the goal, now for tell the world say things they don't cool down. Ambazonia and their responsibility, now for show the world say things that they speed up. On the year, the occupier a goal. Now for tell the world say things that don't cool down. And therefore conditions will be okay for elections to take place. Ambazonia and their responsibility, now for tell the international community, say things that they speed up. The conflict de-escalate. And Cameroon must back out. Now what responsibility that? You want to take the responsibility for tell the international community the seriousness of the Ambazonian people and their determination for being a free people. That's the language. That's the message. That's the intention. That's the action. That's why the fundraiser for tomorrow will be very critical. We must win this small test where they come on 20th May. Now, temptation, we must overcome them. We must disrupt them. We must stop them. We must bury them. Make sure, say, you come tomorrow, you join with tomorrow, we raise the required funds will be necessary for make the kind investment for give forces all across the territory. Now only we get that capacity as the leading nationalist movement. Now we get that capacity for inspire other forces. If we leave them, the ground will become quiet. And the spoilers, where they prepare for political transition, where they work with Cameroon, make election take place, they will celebrate. So you, as a nationalist, you want to take the responsibility for give all the forces them across the territory those required materials for disrupt, stop, and bury 20th May. Now our responsibility that all forces across the territory, they go get POPs, they go get IEDs, they go get this bomb them, so that no place from Ambazonia will celebrate 20th May. Any man will step out, a name will be now die. So now the message is, all will not get my phone number. We now know the actions where we must take out now as a people. Make haste while the sun is shine. Prepare the roof before rain start to fall. Pay your liberation tax, mobilize others when they pay their liberation tax. Tomorrow, a fundraiser day. Join we, we could teach Cameroon who will be. Show your seriousness and your readiness for be free, for get the territory back, for do the takeover, and for take back your sovereignty. And what responsibility these are these people. Number communication this will now, or when I get my phone number, reach out to me. We'll provide you with any means, any method where you need them to make your contributions. We, for the Ambazonia Governing Council, the officials of the Ambazonia Governing Council, any Ambazonia family, you don't trust this organization, you don't see the seriousness of this organization, the credibility of this organization, you know, say we fit deliver. We don't always deliver. If you trust we, you know our accountability, you know our character, you know our track record. We fit contact we, say Mr. Spokesman, we don't hear the message. This window of opportunity, I know I make it pass for the Ambazonian people. On behalf of my family, I want to do something great for our people then during this time of our greatest need. My family don't put something, a package together. Any place for the world, we should always meet. When I send you an invitation, we should meet up as a family, take the gift on behalf of our people then. The $100,000, the $200,000, the $300,000, whether the $500,000, whether you want put together the 1,000 well-armed forces on the ground. We will do them, we show you all the materials we don't buy them for give these forces. Whether na 10 AKs you want buy them at $20,000. We will buy the 10 AKs, they make video, they hand them for the commanders them, they take the video, they send them for you in your honor and for your family. Whether you want putting 50 AKs on the ground at $100,000. We will take the money, we buy the materials, they take the 100 AKs, chang, they line them up, hand them to the commander will make a video, the organization will take them, they send them for you privately and securely as evidence of trust on behalf of the Ambazonian people. We feed one, make you and your family show kindness and love to the Ambazonian people. During people their greatest needs, good people they don't always stand up and come up for do something greater on behalf of their people. Ambazonians, they be wealthy, they be rich enough, when I extend when I compassion, when I kindness, and when I love for our people where they suffer. Stand up and be a hero for our people Can't join we, help we, make we help, we end. Cameroon is suffering a pain, a trauma, and a destruction on our people Send contact we, so you get something for the Amazonian people We can take them in honor and in glory and fulfill the promise of independence on behalf of our people God bless you.